Good morning.
Hello, I'm accepting the energy from Jupiter and Uranus raining down on us since was a big deal. And it is, I like to study astrology historically and say when you have these major conjunction, what happens? And of course, the astrology of the pandemic, that documentary was probably one of the best on describing all that. But last night, Rick Levine and Steve Judd to talk about two other readers. Well, they're astrologers, but they did a whole show on that conjunction, and they were talking about other little things that have happened on the day of that conjunction. The first time we walked on the moon in 1969, it was the day of that conjunction. So they were sitting there going, gee, I wonder what it's going to be when they look at this. And I'm sitting there checking out the news so I can speak with some level of sensibility to y'all today. And I'm watching that the House has just passed the funding for Ukraine. And I'm going, I can't imagine what. Because in 1941, when they conjuncted, that's when Hitler kind of ran out of steam and couldn't cross the channel. So it's a very big day, and tomorrow's Earth Day, and everybody should be ready. Big major shifts are going to happen, like it or not.
Big week for the Orange Menace.
Oh, yes.
Back in court. We got a jury.
Mm-hmm.
We said 4 to 5 days. It happened in 4 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Bingo. Got a little worried there in our prediction when 2 people backed out on Thursday.
Well,
like, oh no.
The one didn't back out. He basically got told, you didn't tell us you'd been tried for felony, so you're gone.
Correct. But Michonne kept it rolling. Got her done. Orange Jesus was stinking up a storm, supposedly. Crapping his pants in court. Falling asleep. All that good stuff.
Yeah, that's so perfect after them naming him Sleepy Joe for so long.
Well, he never wakes up till noon.
And then he keeps himself going by the caffeine and Diet Cokes.
It's probably more than that, but we know.
Yeah, I know, but that's what we can see him drink, and so I don't have to say allegedly.
Yeah. 1780s revolution, 2020s AI.
That's right. That's part of the conjunctions. The Mercury and the Jupiter and Uranus.
So many jokes like that. Lawn or odor. All kinds of names.
Mm-hmm.
John Farty Loan and all kinds of stuff like that. Oh, yeah. He's going to have an ending soon.
We need him to, so people will focus back on what's important.
All right. Get rid of this. Get rid of the chaos Moscow caucus. What am I looking at?
Well, they're one step closer.
Party 5. It's cracked me up. Yeah. We can look at that again. Because 2 were leaving. The other one's gone.
Mm-hmm. There's no reason for them.
I guess McCarthy's house, McCarthy's seat has to have an election.
Yeah.
So that could flip, whatever. Generally Republican, but
oh no, he's in such a Republican part of California.
Bakersfield.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's look at that energy.
Okay.
Ken Buck implied 4 to 5 more.
And if they do, hi, Speaker Jeffries.
Others are literally calling out Matt Gaetz.
Mm-hmm.
This morning, one of the Republicans was on Meet the Press or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Literally said it out loud. Gaetz is dating. Gaetz is dating or coke orgies and dating.
Mhm.
Not he didn't say orgies, but he said something about cocaine and dating underage girls.
Yeah, I used to show the pictures on the house floor when anybody would look at them.
Yep, yep, Liz. That he retired. He moved on.
Six of Swords, we're out of here. We're moving to a better place.
More leaving. More leaving.
And they're doing it in a snit too.
Contracts, family decisions, chaos.
Yeah.
5 to 6 more. 6 of Swords. Moving on.
Mm-hmm.
Decisions, chaos office.
Swords, moving on.
These are 5 and 6
Mm-hmm.
total. So we can expect 4 to 5
They
more.
want to get out of the emotional pressure of it. And I can tell you what, guys, even if you sort of think you're right or you really want to push your issues, running a political campaign is a bitch. But what these people understand is heading towards them, there's no way they want to stand up and do this.
You know, they ain't gonna say it really, but it's like, oh crap, I'm gonna go spend time with my family.
Mm-hmm.
Have better times. It's like, oh, what's it? I forgot the guy's name in Wisconsin. Just resigned.
Mm-hmm.
But you really said it. I want to spend more time with my family.
There's a
I'm
thing.
tired of the death threats.
We changed the laws in Texas. It used to be whatever money you'd raised for your campaigns over the years, you could bankroll it, you could keep it. And when you left, it was your money. Now, and it used to be called cashing out. So they used to have candidates hang around till the last minute saying they were going to run. Then they'd leave and they'd walk off with their $1 million worth of donations. This is sort of upfront, lovely people that went in politics. But Texas changed the law, and you have to give that money to a library, a school, or you can give it to other ongoing campaigns. And but it's called cashing out. But there's a lot of ways they can cash out when they still have money in their funds. So don't feel sorry for them like they're going to be wandering around in their bathrobes and slippers.
No, it has nothing to do with winning.
No.
They're just tired of it.
So I'm talking about the emotional energy it takes to run a campaign, even if it's all rigged in your favor. There's still crap you have to do all the time. And things you have to feel. And not only that, it's hard to get people to work for you.
It's a mess. Yeah, Joe G, thanks. Gallagher just left. Like 40 years old, young man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me.
What?
Denied. They denied another motion. Just throwing.
Where is he going to go in the United States? Actually, they were interviewing one of his supporters out front of the courthouse, one of the ones that wasn't on fire. And they said, what do you think about, what about this? He said, well, it shouldn't be in New York. It should be somewhere else. And they said, well, do you want to move to Georgia? Well, they don't seem very fair down there. And then he was like, well, what about Florida? I mean, they wouldn't want to move to Texas either.
Joe, yep, seen that with Denver Riggleman.
Mm-hmm.
It's on it's a Midas Touch chant. It'll be on Midas Touch, so. But yeah, he had Kinzinger on the first day.
He's from Virginia.
Yeah.
Riggleman. Mm-hmm.
Riggleman, he's the one that said at least 35 to 40 were contacting in January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Messages and emails. Yeah. You see work from home trend continue. Yeah, it's going to continue. You see all the buildings that are empty?
Yeah, they were already starting to buy them in Dallas and turn them into luxury places to live downtown. Dallas's downtown is actually reviving very well, but it's reviving as a place to live because we have really good rail that can get you to anywhere. So if you live downtown, you really don't need a car.
Got it. I think it was maybe 2018, 2019, like on my drive on the Beltway.
Mm-hmm.
Huge insurance building was built.
Mm-hmm.
COVID hit. There's like 5 cars there on a daily basis now.
Mm-hmm.
It's an empty, huge ass building.
And we say we have homeless people. We can put them in a. We've got slots to stick them in.
These questions coming in like crazy. Thank you.
And they're good ones.
Yeah, they all seem to be very good.
Oh, you want to look at his resignation before the election?
Oh, Rose Blue had. Okay. DeJoy was grilled by a senator. Yeah, and DeJoy even said it got lost. Something got lost in the mail.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you corrupting the mail system? The universe hasn't worked out as planned. We always seen them going. The board getting shuffled, but obviously there must have been.
I don't see him leaving before the election. I don't see him leaving before the election.
Louis DeJoy. Louis
DeJoy. I asked if he'd leave before the election. However, he did.
It's amazing how corrupt people want to just continue, and they're happy to do it with all the pressure. You know, in a normal world, people want to change and do things right, but they just want to stay corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Can the damage be undone with a lot of money? Reform.
You know, when they tore the mail sorter machines apart, a lot of the technicians took the really vital parts home with them. And so when DeJoy quit doing that, they were able to rebuild them pretty quickly.
I don't know when. I mean, he is going. He's not going to be the head there for that long. Because I got a tower moment coming up in short order.
Mm-hmm.
The King of Wands tower and my Hermit Fool card.
Mm-hmm.
Making mistakes, being naive. But, I got a tower coming in next to the King of Wands. In the end, like you said, it doesn't feel like before the election.
Mm-mm.
It feels like maybe next February.
Yeah.
I'm going to go spend more time with my family.
Well, no, that's when they'll have a chance to put on 2 more commissioners.
But yeah, it feels like it's after my Empress Duchess card is a February card. And then I got the family card, then some kind of loss. My 4 or 5 of cups about sadness, unloved. So it's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go spend more time with my family. I got enough money. I've done my damage.
Mm.
I did my tower to the Postal Service. So unfortunate. Oh, yeah, it was Ossoff. I think it was Ossoff that was grilling him.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get my letter? Oh, no, that must have got lost in the mail.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God, these people. Wish it was easier. Unreal. Sununu was anti-45 and all in for Haley, and now he's parroting, oh, Donald Trump's the ticket. Gotta go with him.
I'm going to do one reading on Bill Barr.
Bill Barr actually said it too. Supporting the ticket. Let's see. There wasn't a better Bill Barr. Honestly, I don't care about Sununu. He's just a wishy-wash.
He's just his son, the son of his father.
No. JC had a better question on Barr.
Okay.
They're all obviously all corrupt if they can.
I got Sununu, such a small fish, and he's been so wishy-washy that there's no reason to go after him. He doesn't have any effect left there anyway.
He's out from governor, so just being a loyal Republican. Okay, Bill Barr. Tell me about Bill Barr here. What's up with Bill Barr? Hello, Lois.
Let's see.
That is strange.
What?
Because I got here, he had to tell the truth. He was subpoenaed to tell the truth in the J6 committee, but yet he's flip-flopping on. I think he was subpoenaed and he had to talk to the, Jack Smith and whatnot. Deep down, there's some sadness about this loss. But he's just corrupt. Speaking out for the Republicans, whatever, and
Right.
He's just corrupt.
I got the Three of Swords. He's also sick.
Probably so.
And
yeah, I got my Hermit Fool card too again. That could be sickness, needing to spend time.
I got the Hermit too.
Family card.
Mm-hmm.
Needing to be around family support.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ace of Wands is all about positive energy, but it feels pretty negative.
Yeah.
I just think he's a corrupt person.
I think he's a corrupt person, but I think he's a not long for being with us person.
Well, yeah.
And you know what? He may be actually looking for it because it will free him. If he gets out of this life, then he doesn't have to deal with it anymore. If I had done what he did in Iran-Contra and then marched in again to do it again, he's the one who let all the people that were part of Iran-Contra go. And then he marched in and he did it for this. So.
That's my sickness card too.
Mm-hmm.
I always thought that he was sick a long time ago. I'm surprised he's still kicking, but just corrupt to the end.
Mm-hmm.
One last time out, just to say, go on tour and say, vote Republican. You would definitely take.
All his kids are involved in very, very Republican things. So he may be doing it in part to make sure that when he leaves, they're covered.
He'd definitely go back to AG again if he was still alive.
Yeah, but not with the Senate we're going to have next time.
True. You got to have the Senate to get confirmed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I seen that too. As the voting was going on, the Ukrainian soldiers were all tuned in to listening what was going on. And
Mm-hmm.
They just all stood up and cheered when the vote said passed.
Mm-hmm. People in Georgia were dancing in the streets, so I'm sure Engel will have some stories about how they felt in Finland.
Jeff says Bill Barr should have been barred. I'm sick of this mess. I am too. I've never seen Barr in prison
Nope.
or anything like that. When we first read on it, at least me, and my guide showed me he had something in his back pocket. You know, he had an escape plan or whatever. I think he had testimony or whatever that gave him grace. Even though he should. Okay. Consequences gag. I know there's one I wanted to. Okay, let's go. That'll be good enough. Basically, why did Johnson flip flop? What's the reason Johnson all of a sudden turned around and said, we need support?
I'm going to get out my cartoon cards because it's the only way to explain how any of these people do anything.
Why did MAGA Mike Johnson all of a sudden flop for 6-8 months? Nothing. We need a border bill. Can't fund Ukraine. And all of a sudden, boom.
Maybe the Democrats found better pictures than the Republicans.
Found some compromise.
Mm.
I'm not buying anything about his son going to Naval Academy. There was reports, oh, my son's going to Naval Academy. I want a better world. Don't want him in danger. You know, it's 4 or 5 years away before he'd be any harm.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I'm not buying that.
Oh.
Why did Johnson flop?
Okay, my first 3 cards, Scott, are death reversed. He really didn't want to change, but the Wheel of Fortune came up in such a way that he didn't have any choice but change because his world was reversed. Somebody's got something on him.
Especially after going down to see the MAGA King the week before. Ooh, I got a Wheel of Fortune too here.
Oh, he knew. No, it's just going to make him go away.
Okay. Interesting. Wheel of Fortune. Something changed. There's a magician in a tower.
Mm-hmm. I got magician too.
Those 3 together, changing your tune. Magician can be intel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something a higher authority. And he's seen a tower he couldn't deny.
Mm-hmm. And he had the Ace of Cups reversed. So whatever emotional ties he had to any of this are gone.
Yeah. The next set I have strength, so that can be intel. Some kind of power with a King of Cups and a 4 of Cups. So he had to contemplate what information he was given.
Mm-hmm.
And he flipped on it. Queen of Wands. Might be a female involved with this intel.
I got the Queen of Pentacles. I got somebody with money.
My final cards, I have Ace of Pentacles. Mm-hmm. Money coming in. 6 of Wands, we got a victory. 3 of Wands going overseas. The Page of Wands. Yeah, it was just something he heard. I think it has to do with the intelligence mostly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got some kind of intel or information. It's like, dude, you got to stop this. I don't really think it had much to do with Mitch. It's
No.
fine. 3 random cards. See what it feels like with Mitch, because my guys aren't saying much about Mitch. Mitch is corrupt to the core. He'll say one thing one day and another thing the next.
Yeah, where's his loop?
Mitch. No. Nothing to do with Mitch.
Where's his
I got the star being restricted and locked in justice, so it has something else to do with something with Russia, the emperor, or yeah, that card's the Russia card, but being restricted and something to do with justice, the consequences of what would happen. Yeah, it had nothing to do with Mitch. I think it was the intel.
No, the bottom of the thing for Mitch was the King of Wands upside down. Mitch had nothing to do with it.
Mitch would sit there and be an obstructionist the whole time. He doesn't care. You know, if let's say if Clarence Thomas passes away, he would obstruct of Biden having another Supreme Court justice before the election.
Did anyone ever find out why Clarence missed that one day of hearings?
Nope. No word why.
Well, I wouldn't believe their words why. If there's no reason why.
There was no SCOTUS report on why he missed. Let's see. Well, ask the question, Jeff. I was just going to type it in.
What's he asking?
Sorry, I'm not seeing a question, so I'm just going to type. Let's go. Okay. Why Thomas missed the hearing.
Okay.
Which deck is telling me this one? Oh. Rose blue thinks something medical. Hey, spiritual con. You're right. Corruption's the new norm. Well, it's actually been that way a long time ago, but
I hate to tell y'all, it's been a norm at a certain level for a long, long time. You're just getting the full buffet course and looking at every dish.
We just see it more thanks to 45 Orange Menace Charter.
Oh, it had to do with his wife. Something's going on around Ginny. And there she is, the corrupt woman who loves money. And they still don't have a resolution as to what it is. They don't know what it is. They're searching something out about her.
Clarence Thomas was there. Restricted. She actually might still be in the hospital or something.
They're still looking. They're still trying to figure out.
Or restricted at home.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to figure out what it is.
Because this, I got the Knight of Swords next to her and being restricted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this may have been quick, like an emergency room type trip. So, but she's still in a restricted mode. I do have the family card. Lots of prayers and hopes. What's going on? Found out something I didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's what comes up is the Queen of Cups. It doesn't come up with him as ill.
Mm-hmm.
The mother.
Yeah.
His mother being restricted.
Yeah. She's in the midst of testing and they're not sure really what it is.
Maybe it's because evil's catching up to her.
Well, it does. I have a whole book. I was just looking at it this morning. It's got top 50 messages from your body, and it was put together by a psychiatrist who went through all these files. And they talk about how when you develop all these different problems, what it's really saying is going on in your body. I was looking at it because of my neck problems, and they were probably right. What was wrong with my neck was right.
Wowzers. I don't remember that, but I knew he did, but I didn't know it took that long.
He had his wife talking against him. Remember Martha? Martha Mitchell, who had his wife, she had her own secret, she had her own security agents, and they said it was because she was such an out there, she was an out there character. She was a Southern belle who didn't know how to stop her mouth. And she lost it once in a hotel room before Watergate. And she was bouncing up and down in the bed and said, "What I could tell you, they'd all go away, la da 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 da." Anyway, eventually she did talk.
Yeah. Well, January 6th is going to last 10 years too.
Yeah. I lived through all that. I watched it all. I watched all those hearings.
What's your question, Angela? Do you think Jack got to him? Got to who? Talking about Barr or
no? Clarence Thomas.
Clarence? Oh no, yeah, we're reading about Clarence and Jimmy.
I think she's sick.
No, I don't think special counsel has talked to Jenny or Clarence. No, investigating Jenny, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But got to him, no. That's not how it works with the Supreme Court justice.
Especially that one.
Let's look at that. When will the Tiny Tuckin be back on board?
Okay, I'm going to roll it.
Obviously not until this one's done.
Yeah, but this one's going to be done a hell of a lot faster than anybody thought it'd go. Let's see. My desk is such a mess.
When will Tiny Tuckin? I mean, there's a lot to that question because we were just talking about that before we get on. April 25th is the hearing on immunity, but then they got to decide. You know, they could wait till July to decide that if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm. When will Jack Smith's trial go? Oh, it's not looking good, guys. I got winter.
No. Can't be.
Clarity air. Not what I wanted.
The judge said no trial till after the election.
That's what I'm reading on my thing.
That's what Colleen said.
Water. But if we get the trial out there because of this stone being there, it's really going to, Katie by the door, they're really going to be able to go after him and a bunch of other people around him that they want to get. That will be the happy circumstance from this, but foundations. I got winner, but I got grounding and true and go for it. So
Okay. Well, let's go with the past position. Unfortunate loss of a trial.
mm-hmm.
I have a tower. That's in the past position.
Right.
I think that was shut down because of SCOTUS here.
Mm-hmm.
So unfortunate loss, trial happening in that tower. So it got shut down by SCOTUS there with that hearing. And then I have it, the Four of Coins is kind of like holding on. And then Four of Cups, evaluating what's going on. And then restricted. So it's current possession, so it's restricted. In the end, I don't know, it's not telling me when.
I see there's gonna be part as soon as the election's over, stuff's gonna start rolling forward. But this is the best of the stones of the ones that got thrown. I mean, it's not the answer we wanted, but it's the one we got. Grounding ending up and go for it and true. Grounding and true means that things will be seen more clearly if that's when it happens. And true says, and the go for it says, all is aligned with our values. So they have a much better shot. And I know what I'm going to ask. Ask if Eileen Cannon's going to be in charge of the trial.
I don't know, my final card said it's not a matter of it starting. It's, something happens to 45.
That could be it. There's still other people who are involved in that case, remember? And what I see is Eileen Cannon's kind of in the catbird seat right now. This is everything she's doing right now is the best she can do. By summer, she's completely out of it, and by fall, they have a new judge.
Yeah, I mean, other things are still going to go.
Mm-hmm.
But 45 here, King of Coins comes up. He has an oh crap moment with some severe health once truth is revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? It may not even happen or need to happen.
No, it's going to happen because they need to tighten up whatever happened around that stuff. And even if that means going after everybody else who was involved, and even if that means going into Bedminster and wherever else. Agents died because of stuff he did.
Right. Pre-trial. Last I heard is that once SCOTUS revealed, she can start it within 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, because they've had all the notice on viewing documents and all that. And what's going to basically, that may be why she gets kicked. Because if they try to come in and say, well, we didn't have a chance to view these documents, they've had it available to them under the restrictions that the court had. They didn't just come look at them. It's not the fault of the other side if you don't come do your job.
My cards are saying not in the cards yet. Jeff don't see it happen. I don't know. I mean, it's all kind of jumbled. I'm not getting a boom, but there's a lot of things at play yet.
Which trial? I was thinking the Florida stuff. We also have.
Yeah, you went on to the Florida after you seen fall.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, the Florida one. I'm going to go because they got other people involved.
Right. I want to see if January 6th goes for Jack Smith in before December. That could be the 4 to 5, 6 Republicans that are leaving.
To me, it feels like New York's going to finish the end of May.
Mm-hmm.
SCOTUS. We didn't read the SCOTUS yet.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like summer. They're showing me summer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, but there's like a summer and then question mark. So it's like once she gets a notice from SCOTUS, she'll set it up. The
Mm-hmm.
election has nothing to do with anything.
Which one are you talking about, DC or Florida?
DC. Yeah. Florida feels fall.
I keep getting yes, no, yes, no. I think it's all waiting on I don't think the Supremes have made up their mind. Well, I think some of them have. It's just a couple in the middle that'll cut the difference.
Where does that question go?
Which one?
Since everyone in chat's talking about it. 425 is the SCOTUS immunity hearing.
Okay.
Outcome and timing, I guess. Because they're not gonna, rule on it. I think the earliest I've ever ruled on anything is what? 2-3 weeks? Is the earliest?
No, when it was putting Bush in the White House before anybody could count more votes, it was like 3 days.
Well, this is a little different.
Yeah, I know. They want to stop it, not make
They
it.
can delay so he doesn't go to trial. And technically, they don't have to. Oh, that's right. Then we got the Georgia case to worry about. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the Georgia case would be televised, which would be even more fun. We could all watch them go to sleep.
Georgia case is going no matter what. There's still, 15, 16 out there whether 45's there or not?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Concentrate on SCOTUS hearing.
I think they're going to make it move forward, make them go places they don't want to go. And it's with truth. I mean, it's with the Knight of Cups. So they're trying to kill it, but they cannot get the arguments passed. I think it's going to be Roberts and one of the women that is the woman that's going to make the difference.
Oh, I mean, Roberts and Coney Barrett.
Yeah.
Coney Barrett sided the.
Yeah.
It would be unimaginable for them to say presidents have immunity.
Universal immunity? No way.
It's unreal they even took it up. Okay.
The other court outlined it so perfectly for them that they didn't even have to think.
But yeah, how many? I can't remember. Do you remember how many it is? Would it be 5 needed to take it up? 5 okays or 4 okays?
They already took it up. It's going to be, does he have immunity?
No, I mean when they actually take up a case.
Yeah, and Amy Coney,
like 4 or 5.
Coney Barrett voted for it to be taken up.
Okay.
But, okay.
Death, Page of Cups, and 2 of Coins comes up as the current. It feels like the same thing with the Article 3 of 14th Amendment. They wanted to delve their little toes into parts of it for some silly reason. Because someone thinks there's immunity there of something. It's a tough one there to get into their minds. It's an delusion, because they'd have to give Biden immunity too.
Well,
Right.
if they vote, I mean, yeah, that he could go get Trump killed, and according to their logic, we couldn't do anything about it.
Ace of coins, king of wands in the end. It feels like smarter minds will prevail. The moon and seven of coins. Those are the four ending cards. Seven of coins feels like they're going to pluck something out in a deal for denying immunity, but there's going to be something kind of like they've always done. They always pluck something little out of it, like with the 14th Amendment. Oh, we're going to send it back to Congress. No, you can't be. Pluck some BS out of it. But as far as total immunity, no, it's not going to happen. But they're going to. Someone wants to pluck something with immunity. They're going to pluck something out, or whatever that is. But no, they're going to deny immunity. Timing. Seven of coins could be 7 weeks after hearing it.
7 days.
Or 7 days. Yeah. I still feel like I don't feel it getting pushed off. I think Chucking gets to set a date.
Yep.
I see a date. Whether it goes, that's a different story. 45 is going to, I've always seen it. 45 is going to have some severe health issue or gets locked up or something. And it may not happen. Or he gets in a padded cell and he gets charged from there. Comes out like what's that movie? Has to sit in a chair all bound up with the mask.
Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, Hannibal Lecter comes out like Hannibal Lecter. Thank you, Jeff, for the super sticker.
Thank you.
Georgia case. That hasn't been going very far.
No, it's going great. The press isn't staring at it every day, picking it apart.
Aren't they still dealing? Isn't Meadows still refiling things, trying to get out?
Yeah, but he's going nowhere. And they can go ahead with all the other defendants. They don't need to worry. I mean,
Okay. Clear. Georgia case. Fannie Willis, Georgia case.
What are we saying? I mean, there's a lot in the Georgia case. Is it going to just go ahead?
I guess we just want to know if it's going to go ahead.
Okay.
To me, it feels like it's going to be scheduled. Bang, bang. So like the New York case, then J6 gets scheduled, then Georgia gets scheduled, and then...
Yeah, if Bonnie's in charge, she's moving it. And there'll be a few little bitty delays, but nothing great big, because the hangman's reversed. It's going to get off being nowhere and moving forward. And I got the chariot moving forward quickly. So
I got the chariot moving forward quickly too.
Very good.
I think they're waiting on. They're waiting on this immunity thing yet to get it going. Yeah, they want to move it as quick as possible. That's Fannie Willis's thing. She just wants an order. Knight of Wands is that speed. King of Coins, 45. Fannie Willis is coming in as a Queen of Cups. There's some kind of documents issue or some kind of litigation going on, but with the Five of Coins, like, oh crap, could be this whole scenario yet with Fannie Willis, but it's moving forward with the Chariot. But then I got the Hierophant coming in, some kind of governmental higher authority complications. So that's why it makes me think of January 6th. Kind of funny. Farm 6, June, J6.
Yeah.
My Hierophant. In the end, I think August. Gets started end of August, maybe.
Yeah.
Creator, Magician, King of Wands, making it settling on a date. Yeah, this will happen with these. My Endure card, it's like the strength and everything. It's the rule of law, justice happening. See that little symbol I put in it? The rule book, the law.
Right.
King of Wands is the judge making an order, the universe making it happen. So yeah, I think it either gets started probably late before the election. It does sort of feels like before the end of the election, it gets in the books to get going. Wasn't that the original date she wanted, like August 4th or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels later, or maybe gets settled or starts after Labor Day or something like that. But the energy right now, it feels like gets ordered for August. I think those fools are still trying to get out of it or something, filing, kind of like they're doing in Trump has always been done up to this New York case. Keep trying to get out of it. Keep trying to get out of it. Okay. Got that. 45 delay this trial. Now that's going.
No.
I don't think so.
I mean,
whether he's locked up.
I keep seeing him in a room outside the courtroom, though. I see him in one of those little. He can see everything on video. He can talk to his lawyers and do everything he wants. But I think some of his little displays, and I'm not so sure it's not the odoriferousness of him that gets him out of that room. But
the in court jail cell. I think that was one of the questions. Yeah, Sweet Darling had it. You see it? Let's see. Tristan Davis, will the judge remove reporters?
No, they can't.
No, they can't remove reporters. Is what it's a no, yeah.
And it's not fun for the reporters up there because they have to let a certain amount of the public in. And I was listening on MSNBC, the lady with real curly hair from the New York Times. She said there was a guy sitting behind her saying dirty limericks about Biden. Just loud enough so they she said it's a real circus. But they're going to rearrange how they have people wait to get in after the guy set himself on fire.
Crazy. It looked like that was more of a mental health thing.
Oh, no. I mean, well,
I'm just saying.
It's always, I think, kind of a mental health thing. And they've been doing that. I was talking to my oldest son, and I was telling him the first time I saw that happen was the famous Life magazine photo of the Buddhist monk burning up in Vietnam. And if everybody's offended, I'm sorry, but I was a little kid, and we called them Buddha burgers. And my son said he'd never heard me say anything as outrageous in his life, and he's known me almost 50 years. So
it would be denied. You can appeal. Everything will be denied. This case is going.
What was our question? Will Trump? Oh yeah.
The gag
I
order.
got an absolute yes. It's a meeting of the minds. They're tired of waiting on this. They're tired of withdrawing from it. It's got all kinds of force. This is where I think he's going to be put into isolation. And it's going to relieve the stress for everybody else so they can get on with the goals of the trial. This trial isn't being held for him. It's being held to prove his innocence and guilt. I think they're going to be told he'll be put in an isolation room.
Yeah, I think he's going to be fined at first.
Mm-hmm.
So I got losing money here in the end. This kind of feels like him farting and feeling ill. But then here's losing your money. Yeah, Engeron's going to take charge. So I have the Ace of Cups. King of Wands feels like, or not Engeron. Juan Mershon.
Mm-hmm.
King of Wands comes to Juan Mershon, and then his authority with my Hierophant card.
Mm-hmm.
And then Donnie's going to have to, he's going to have some dark times. Transition to another place. I don't have my locked up card, but he's definitely going to have some kind of, repercussions if you don't shut it. But yeah, he's gonna start out finding him Tuesday. Another warning, but then in the end, he has some kind of there's illness. Here's transitioning, dark times, and then either more financial because it's not of this card is not about being locked up, but it's about the Eight of Coins is kind of like it can be health issues or it can be hard work too. But yeah, but there's going to be some kind of repercussions, big time. I would say definitely locked up. If I got my locked up cards, either 4 of Coins or
It's not a locked up. It's contained. It's like the 4 of Swords. You've chosen a space, and you've marked it, and that's where you've retreated to.
Yeah, I didn't get the 4 of Swords. What card would be in it? I'm trying to remember what card of mine represents 4 of Swords.
Well,
that's part of my illness card.
Yeah, all fours, all fours. When you have the number 4 or the 4 in the tarot, it represents building a new base, and they're just saying we have to have a baseline of what's going on in this courtroom, and if that's what it takes to do it, then that's what they'll do.
Okay. Isolation. Mandy's isolation. Okay. Speaker Johnson. How's the crazy cat lady feeling about?
I'm not going into her. I'm just gonna read. Can she do anything to it? I'm not going in that bitch.
I know, right?
I'm sorry. I went to high school with a bunch of girls like that. No one. And they were in the North. They were Yankee nasty ones.
Charlene said, Midas Touch said Trump's lawyers sent a letter to Merrick Garland demanding a meeting. Won't happen.
That's not his job.
Sent a letter.
And you can't imagine whose behest they did that on. Write him a letter. I need to talk to him.
Okay.
I'm asking if MTG can do anything to him. What card fell out? She thinks she can, but she can't.
I demand a meeting at the head of Fox News.
She can complain to the authorities all she wants, But her ability to set up as many mock fights as she's wanted to, or to achieve any goals by doing that, I think the press is going to be walking away from her because they don't want to listen to what she's got to sell. And I think he looks fine. I mean, as fine as he's ever going to look. You know, guys, he did one right thing after a year of stopping everything from going right. So I'm grateful he did one right thing.
Weird toss.
What's your question?
I just did a random because it includes two people.
Well, she's pretty random, so that's probably right.
And maybe just the energy of MTG and Johnson. So honestly, it makes no sense.
Then you're obviously reading on MTG.
Yeah, I did have the Seven of Cups. Trying to. For a while there, it just feels like it was all a game.
Mm-hmm.
She was like anointed to be the chaos agent within.
The loudest voice in the room.
I have them, the Republicans, kind of all together with the Three of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
They're all like celebrating. They're toasting their cups together. This is what we need to do. She was like the anointed one.
Right.
Ace of Swords here.
Yeah.
You take charge. You be the chaos agent with the Chariot. Then I have the Lovers, Ace of Cups, and the Hermit. Kind of like planned by design kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, I have Ace of Pentacles, which is prosperity. Seven of Cups is illusion, delusion. It's all a game. And then Knight of Cups and the Sun being exposed. Here's your offer, and you're going to be shown. Basically, it says that she's going to be shown to be a fraud and of no value.
You know, the little dog and pony show she did with Matt Gaetz when they were first like, we're the new kids on the block. They didn't make any money. They actually they had good crowds and stuff. They spent it all.
Yeah,
that's not how you fundraise. Let me tell you, as a campaign operative, it's not how you fundraise.
Yeah, they ran around briefly.
They did it for almost a year.
Really, a whole year?
Oh, I was surprised when I saw the graph on what they took in and what they spent. I mean, they must have taken back $3.32.
Since I'm gonna grab a different deck. Since we're on it, how about the motion to vacate?
Ah.
I know, right, Diana? She's wretched. Yeah, I think you're right, RD. It's all this.
I got rid of is coming back, Scott.
It's a mega game to keep the Mega King happy.
Mm-hmm.
Obstruct Congress. People just don't see it. It's like voters in red districts get off on people just continuing the outrage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then Republicans just keep running on. Democrats don't want to do anything. Look at the border. Look at this. Look at that. When they never do anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever happened to CRT?
Become DEI. It became DEI.
What happened to them railing on all the drag queen shows? Whatever happened to, nothing. They find their outrage and run with it for 6 months to a year.
And then they find out that they're fearless leaders who are protecting their children from pornography or having group sex.
Right. Yeah.
Something wrong with this vision here.
And where's the outrage? Okay. What's going on with the motion to vacate?
Oh, they're going to try it. I think the Dems are going to save him just because they don't want any more chaos in the House when we're moving in the right direction. There's somebody trying to see if they can make it happen, but they don't have the real ability to do it, and it's going to be a crop that's not well planted, Nine of Pentacles. And it's because it's mostly inspired by lies. It's going to lead to the Five of Cups. Even if they get him out of there, it's going to be a bigger loss than if they left him sitting.
Past position is a divorce, a failure with the Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Of Swords. That doesn't feel like a Johnson. But he is a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Hierophant, tradition. So he's always been kind of on the Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Drastic change. This is the past. So moving ahead, it sure looks like he's gone.
Well, I think they're going to try it, and when they do, it's going to be much more painful because I think that's when the other ones trigger and leave. And then Hakeem Jeffries is the speaker.
That could be. So I got him walking away.
Why not? I mean, everything else is nuts.
Walking away in ruin, and the GOP's a disaster. These are pretty bad 3 cards together. In the end, we have a victory, hope, and the anxiety and disaster and failure is over. So it feels like this process, however it plays out, is going to end up, but
it ends up with the Five of Cups.
With Jeffrey's there.
Good.
They have the light, your victory, the energy, the star, and the sun coming together, and coming from this failure. So, motion to vacate. The votes are probably not there because, like you said, right now there's enough Dems to keep them there.
Do it. And the Republicans may be coming and saying if they vote to do that, we're going to be out anyway. And there's not time to, it depends on the law of the state that they're in. Can they just be immediately replaced by the governor, or do they have to have an election? I
don't think any House members that I know of get replaced by the governor. The Senate do.
Texas, they do. If there isn't time to move the other actions in order to leave them covered with reps, yes.
But yeah.
Thank you, Carrie.
Jeffries will be there. It feels like this scenario is weird how it plays out. If MTG does call for it, or Massey, or whoever, and it doesn't work, and then the outrage is going to be so bad, and then you're probably going to see these people jumping ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it feels like.
We had a nice thank you, Carrie, for your contribution.
Karen?
Carrie.
Carrie. Thank you, Carrie. Oh, you got a bull or cow in there. Nice. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so weird. I mean, these scenarios are so weird, and so many different things can happen. I think the Dems are flipping a little bit about saving him because, like, we just want this chaos done. Let him go. But in a sense, but I think him signing it feels like there's enough to save him right now. No one really wants this chaos anymore. At least they
No.
got something passed, but okay. Well, who doesn't like Dorothy Morgan?
Oh, Dorothy's going to be on my show this week.
There you
She
go.
she and I are going to do a show on electional astrology, which is how you pick the date for something. You elect that date. We're going to go through my chart and figure out a date for me to talk about a couple things I'm changing on my channel. So you can come along. I think it's going to be Thursday. But if you're subscribed, then you'll know because you'll get the notice.
Senate better pass it because all the weapons and stuff are already prepped, ready to go.
Yeah, they're sitting there. Are you kidding? They're sitting in France.
Oh, they knew this would pass. They got it ready to go. Just a matter of Joe putting the signature on it. Jesse Waters.
It's not a federal case. Would not be the FBI. He does live and work in New York. As I understand it, that's where the Fox studios are. He ought to be looking over his shoulder because if anything happens to one of those jurors, there's another $1 million lawsuit that's going to come riding into Fox News.
Oh, yeah. Smartmatic settled with OAN News
Oh, really?
instead of taking them to court. So much for them never settling.
Mm-hmm.
But they settled with that company, but Fox News is still ongoing. I don't think they're gonna settle.
Does OAN have any money?
They must have had something with insurance or something.
Mm-hmm.
When it's secret, they won't report what it is. Yeah, you're right, Colleen. Jeffries is effectively the speaker.
Oh, about Trump sleeping in the courtroom? I don't know. I'm probably one of the few people. I watch some true crime stuff. I watch 48 Hours. Their things, and I've been watching it for years. And I used to watch it when I was head of Crime Watch for Dallas. And I was talking to one of the Dallas interrogators, and they'd always say, if the subject gets put in the interrogation cell and then they fall asleep, you kind of know they're guilty because if you were not guilty, you'd be freaking out and you couldn't sleep. But I asked the guy, I said, is that true? And he said, oh, yeah. He said, we see it happen in trials when they know they're going down and they know they're not going to hear anything they don't already know. They'll just snooze away. And he said, that's how you can tell the guilty ones. So
I heard that too. But with 45, it's a little different. I think it has a lot to do with what meds need to be in the system to keep her alive. That's why you only see them for a few hours on a rally, like pre-recorded speeches, because he can't handle being anywhere for hours on end. It's always quick, quick, quick. And even when he was in the Oval Office, he never get out there till 11 noon when he was president. He had to have his glow on and the right drugs in his system to function.
Yeah, did you hear that one woman who was describing his makeup?
Yeah, it's more yellow today. Noel Castler was trying to describe what drugs he was trying to be on to try to stay awake, and he hasn't found the right combination yet the last 8 hours.
So what are we doing now?
Linda's wondering if 45 is even going to be around or be on the ballot in November.
Okay. Yeah, they were going on and on when they were talking about the Jupiter and Uranus conjunction, but they were saying they didn't see it for either Biden or him. We're going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
And of course, they said we probably shouldn't. Well, Rick Levine can talk because he's from America, but even Steve Judd said, I'm loath to talk about American politicians considering we had Boris Johnson for years, which is true.
That's true, Nanette. he,
True that.
he is death. He is a walking death.
Well, they may be right. No, we had,
40,
I've got a yes and a no.
Well, that ain't right. I really don't think the universe is going to tell us a definitive answer on this one. I think it's a surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Even if he is on the ballot, he's going to get destroyed.
We want him on the ballot, kids.
Well, it'd be an easy win for Joe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it feels like Texas and Florida are going to flip anyway.
Oh, please.
Oh, did you see your favorite AG has to go for the civil case can continue?
Oh, tears me up.
He was sued civilly for what he did with those 2 million ballots.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to get out of that, and a judge said, "No, you have to go. You have to go." Yeah, you get everyone voting, and we have abortion. Paxton stopped 2 million ballots from being included.
Oh, yeah. And they're trying to do it again. Everybody in Texas, keep checking. You can go online and check your ballot status, and I mean up to the last minute, because and if you can take screenshots, take screenshots.
Christine, that'll be taken care of.
Okay, I pulled the happy squirrel. And the happy squirrel really means, oops, that won't help you. The happy squirrel literally means he scurries up and down the tree of life, and he runs around planning. That's where he needs to, but he's not telling you anything. And then the rest of them are
Emperor for Pentacles.
A lot of information going on around the time of the trial, around the time of the election, but otherwise it says it's those two are yes, he'll be there, and then there's 3 that say no, but none of them are. I think the Knight of Pentacles reversed means why. It's like, why is he there? Because it's not going to do any good.
Yeah, it's not giving me anything definitive, but I think it's supposed to be a secret what actually happens in the universe. The star, Ace of Wands, and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
It's like what you want and the energy you want may not be all you see.
Considering we don't know who he's going to be running with.
The moon is all about deception and delays. Ace of Wands is new beginnings. The star is all that hope and what can bring. The Empress, 10 of Wands, 5 of Wands is next. The Empress is all that feminine energy, but it can be delays that are proven necessary. 10 of Wands is weighted down by a heavy load, which he does. 5 of Wands is the battle that around you. In the end, I have what we want out of our government is going to come to stay. So Biden will win. Or our government will stay blue or good, whichever way you want to look at it.
Right.
But the Hierophant, the Emperor, 4 of Pentacles is holding on what we have right now. 9 of Pentacles is having balance in our government. So I think we have a stable government after the election, but it's going to be a lot of it's going to be a secret involving 45, but it's going to be chaotic.
But everybody's got to get ready for this. We've had so much of the government was your entertainment news. And we just need a government that goes back to doing what governments do. And if you want to see what's going on, you have to really pay attention. It's not put out there outrageously for you every time you turn around. We need to push when we get the people in we need to push them to make sure that women's rights, one of my things, but all people's rights are carefully watched after. And, I mean, that's going to be the work. It's going to require work. And I find a lot of people, when you talk about work in politics, they get very adverse to that.
Hey, Kelly Healer. You got to remember, 45 is severely ill.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to try to go through a 4 to 6 week trial. And then there's another trial coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's broke. He's a broken down person. There's no way he's going to get through 3 trials and still have the support. He's going to break down.
What do you mean going to?
Worse.
What he spelled? He spelled vaunted, I guess, on a Truth Social about Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Kimmel said, "I'm impressed. He spelled vaunted, and he used it right." Yep.
Women are pissed. There's a lot of horror stories of women pregnant having issues and being turned away.
Mm-hmm.
AP News had a story there this last week. A woman had a miscarriage in the bathroom because doctors wouldn't treat her. Another one had to go out to the car and had a baby in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Baby ended up dying because she wasn't in a hospital.
And there's a case coming up before the Supreme Court because there is a federal law that hospital emergency rooms have to treat patients that have legitimate medical problems, and they're trying to get this, and they're trying to get them to acknowledge that the restrictions they put on doctors are blocking them from giving legitimate medical care. So
it's just horrible how these people are turning against women. They give you life, and you're turning them into fifth-rate people. It's unbelievable. All right.
Okay, what are we looking at?
Let's just close her down and get some information.
Okay.
Inspiration for the week. Let's just set her down. Go on our day. We're already at 123.
Okay.
Doctors need immunity.
And Scott had a heart. Well, they have it. I mean, if it's treated, if they consider it a medical condition. Scott's already had a hard morning. It's a bad day when you go to your computer and it won't turn on right. It's not.
Yeah. Computer was not being nice to me.
He was picking on Scott. I had to call him and I said, "What's going on?" He said, "It's not going on. That's what's going on."
Well, I did text you, but you didn't pick up the text. But thanks for calling.
Well, I don't. If you want to talk to me, and that's why I don't give my phone number to many people. I don't like to text because I don't see him, especially right before I'm going to do something. Straightening up my desk, trying to clear space.
Well, you're not, you're like a master organizer, and you got 8 different phones and.
I actually only have 2, and I'm thinking about getting rid of one.
You got your burner phone, and you got your business phone.
Not a burner. It's got my name all over it.
Oh,
you're gonna love this one, Scott. It's what you and I keep saying. We need to do this, but we never quite get there.
These cards are coming up with passion.
Mm-hmm.
Taking action on your passion.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 of Ariel is it's the 3 of coins. It's like do what you love. Personal growth, Working with others too, finding your soul family.
Mm-hmm.
Knight of Gabriel is that Knight of Wands. That's taking action. What you have passion for, using your instincts. And then the Seven of Swords. And that's about there's a better way, you know, getting away from that lies and deceit
Mm-hmm.
and bad energy review. But that's about looking for the better way. So it feels like finding your soul family, doing the right thing, doing what you love, and taking action, but also removing those that you do not align
Right.
with. So there you go.
So I picked from the color deck, and our color this week is violet. And violet is to create a balanced life. Violet regenerates your nervous system, heals insomnia, mental disorders, physical illness, and injuries affecting the eyes and the brain because it's up in the crown chakra, guys. It's especially helpful for treating epilepsy, balancing energy, and reprogramming our cells. Violet also activates intuition, opens creativity, increases your psychic senses. And this creates balance to receive the blessings that violet can give to us. And close your eyes and imagine the violet gift box floating towards you. When it opens and gets closer and closer to you, it is a gift. It's a gift into your intuition, and it's a gift to open you up completely. So we're open. We're all opening up. I mean, that's part of what these planetary things are about. But if you want to know more about the planets, come visit, be a subscriber. We got a new subscriber today named Carrie.
Thank you, Carrie, for subscribing to Nancy Jean.
Yes. And we're going to, and also one of the things I'm going to be picking the electional date with Dorothy Morgan is when to start the 9 candles going up to the summer solstice. We're all the purple. We're not red or blue. Very nice, Pegasus.
Yeah, retrograde ends the 25th,
27th.
27th.
Oh, trust me, I'm counting the minutes. This is like the worst.
Some reason I felt like I wanted to grab two of my oracle.
Good.
Things are better when you forgive.
Mm-hmm.
The questions of your soul is the art of forgiving. When you can forgive, you release the pains of what's holding you back. And then you can manifest.
Yep.
When you forgive, you can manifest.
Yes. Let the anger out of our hearts, because that's how they win. Because when they get us angry, then we go into that fear spiral and yin, 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 yin.
There you go.
So open up your crown chakra, let the purple light in. And
I'm going to have a blessed week. It's going to be a rough one for the Orange Menace.
yes, but if you don't watch the trial Monday, you can see Terry from holding your space with me. We're going to be talking about it's Earth Day tomorrow, so we're going to be talking about Earth Day.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. I'll be listening.
Okay.
All right. Everyone have a blessed week. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.